Bill, spirituality seems to be a common thread across many pathways. I know you and Ernie Kurtz have written on this subject. Anything you'd like to say?
The research that Ernie and I did as we looked at the role of spirituality in recovery, initiation, and maintenance really sort of clustered into three different kinds of experiences of spirituality that really transcend the secular, religious, and spiritual frameworks of recovery. And the first of those experiences was an experience of within, and that's a spiritual experience of the discovery of previously unknown or hidden sources of strength inside oneself. And there is this incredible sense of empowerment that comes out of that personal discovery. The second type of spiritual experience is really moves from that intrapersonal to interpersonal, which is really the experience of between. And it's really a connection with other individuals of shared experience, strength, and hope. It's a connection, often a connection with an experience of community. And then the third experience is really one of a transpersonal nature. And that is where individuals begin to experience resources outside of themselves, beyond themselves, and really beyond the immediate community. And these can be larger sort of rubrics of meaning in terms of life meaning and purpose, a reconstruction of values, mystical, religious experiences that really transcend, that give us this experience of transcendence as part of the recovery experience. Ernie also, in some of Ernie's early writings, also talked about these shared dimensions of recovery. And Ernie focused his early research on those dimensions within the Fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous. But many of those are also shared across those boundaries of religious, secular, and spiritual. And the items that Ernie described there were such things as this experience of release, of having been almost enslaved and bound, and then this experience of breaking free. He talked about the experience of gratitude. He talked about tolerance and humility. And he talked about forgiveness. And finally, this experience of being at home. And by being at home, he sort of meant this growing comfort living within one's own skin, which was rare for people with severe, complex addiction histories during or even before their addiction history. And also that sense of being at home in terms of being comfortably nested within a community of one's own choosing. So I think those three broad dimensions, and I think the more specific dimensions that Ernie described, are part of this bundle of what we call the role of spirituality in recovery initiation and recovery maintenance.